This is like a follow up to the last video I just uploaded because we're going to talk about this again. We're going to talk about how, as a teenage boy, you were kind of just going off the instinct to get women, and it worked. For example, as a teenage boy, you didn't really care about, you were a person who didn't give a fuck. You didn't care about no bills or nothing like that. You didn't give a fuck about having money. You didn't give a fuck about having cars. You literally were just walking around the town, pulling women and talking to them. You know what I'm saying? Which is even crazier because there were some dudes that were dating chicks that were older than them. Like I was one of them. When I was 16, I was dating an 18-year-old, and she had her own crib and everything. But that's another story that I'll tell y'all later on. Because me, I was a private dude. Like a lot of people believe that I didn't get no women because they never saw me with one. But I was like Batman on some shit when I was younger. Like I would be messing with chicks and I would just like act like I wasn't pulling chicks. I used to do that shit on purpose. So that's why there's like a lot of dudes or a lot of people I was hanging out with back then who were like, oh, I never seen you with no women. You wasn't supposed to. Because like I said, here are some of the reasons why you don't want to. You don't want people knowing. Because 9 times out of 10, when a dude knows the chick that you messing with, dudes do weird ass fucking shit. I learned that dudes were weird when I was like 8 years old. Like other dudes are weird as shit, and I was always different than other dudes because I would look at their like weird shit they were doing and be like, "What the fuck is this nigga doing?" But they would try to convince you that you was on some weird shit when they was doing some weird shit, right? You know what I'm saying? But kind of off topic. But anyway, it was like I used to do that shit because I knew how dudes was. Because dudes get jealous. That's number one. They get jealous. Number two, they'll hit the chick up. This is why I be saying a lot of men are weaker than women. Like their egos are hella fucking fragile. Cause they'll like sneak, hit the chick up on Facebook. Cause back then, you know, Facebook was the big thing. They would hit her up on Facebook and be talking to her and shit. Like, oh, so you let so and so hit? Blah 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 blah. That's why I stopped telling niggas who I was messing with, bro. I really was like Batman on some shit when I was young. Cause niggas would go and tell a chick that you freaking told her, like they would go and tell a chick that you were messing with that you told them what y'all was on, like your freaky stuff. This is why I always tell dudes, like, don't tell other dudes who you having sex with, who you sleeping with, because they will go back, tell the chick, be all in your business, and it be some weird shit. It be like, bro, you a dude, like, why are you so obsessed with who I'm sleeping with to the point where you gonna go try to talk to her? Because they want to sleep with her too. You feel what I'm saying? But what happens is they'll go back, tell the chick, message the chick on Facebook on some weird shit, and then the chick will stop sleeping with you because she's like, okay, well, you can't keep your mouth shut. You told him about it, and he's coming to me thinking he was gonna get some. So I learned that shit young, bro. I got to the point I stopped telling niggas who I was messing with. I would just tell them vague shit. I'd be like, oh, I was dating an Asian chick with her own car, blah, blah, blah. Like, I was doing a lot of shit when I was young. I was dating a lot of chicks. But I would just act like I wasn't. So a lot of dudes think I ain't really pulled like that at all. But the secret is, it ain't none of their business who you pulling. Don't tell them at all, bro. Because they are going to go back and they were going to try to get with her, and then they're going to go and spread all your business. That's all dudes do, is spread all your business, bro. It is what it is. So I highly recommend that. Don't tell them nothing you're doing. But let's get to this part, this other part about when you're a teenager, right? Is that you don't realize that when you're a teenager, you don't realize how much you don't care. You know what I'm saying? And when you don't care, it actually made you look a lot cooler. You looked more like you were the shit when you were a teenager because you genuinely didn't care about nothing. You didn't care about your own crib. You didn't care about your own car. You didn't care about paying bills because you was 16, 17 years old, right? So you didn't even have to worry about none of that. Your mom and your dad worried about that. All you was worried about was the hoe, you know what I mean? So it was like you would get you 50 cents, get on the bus, drive down wherever the chick was, ride down wherever the chick was. You might, I don't smoke, but you might have had you a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? You go smoke with the chick, chill with her and shit. Go chill with her at the park and shit. Like, that was something that a lot of us dudes did, is like we would go find our little shorty and we would just chill with her at the park, talk to her at the park. That was shit that like a lot of us brothers would do. You would either talk to a chick, you would text her, be like, hey bro, text her on Facebook like, hey bro, you trying to kick it? She'd be like, yeah, it'd be like summertime. You'd be like, where you trying to kick it at? I don't know, where you want to go. You'd be like, all right, we can go to Target or we can go to the park. We could just walk around Walmart type shit. Or we could just walk around your neighborhood. Like that's how it was back in the day. And the chick would be like, bet. And even if you lived like 5 miles away, literally all you would do is get you about, like I said, like 50 cents. I think during the summertime, there was like a student sale thing. So it was only like 50 cents to get on the bus. You get on that bus, go down to where she lived. Y'all literally kick it at the park all day, vibe. You might have had $5 your mom gave you that day. You go buy some hot Cheetos or something, or y'all go buy like 2 chicken sandwiches from McDonald's and literally just kick it and just talk. That's how it was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't care about a lot of dumb shit. Like you didn't care if she had hella niggas. You didn't care about none of that shit. You wasn't paying attention to that. You wasn't tripping about no romance or nothing. You just was like, man, I'm about to go chill with this chick. We gonna have a good time. I might give her a little hug and shit. We might make out a little bit. We might get freaky. Who knows? You kind of would just let it all ride. You know what I'm saying? It's like a flow state. You just flowing, and you know what I'm saying. It would work. You know, but when you get older as an adult, you overthinking way too much shit that does not matter. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You feel me? So you gotta like zone that shit out. Like zone out my stomach. Like my stomach keep making hella noise, whatever. Zone that shit out. Just listen to the message. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it was. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, that's how you would pull women. You know what I'm saying? How you pull chicks. And they liked it and they would go with it. It wasn't like a whole bunch of nonsense either. And you would talk to them on the phone and shit. Like you had a sense of freedom. Mentally, you were free. You know what I'm saying? So it was like you weren't thinking that much. Like I said, you didn't give a fuck. You were mentally free. You was doing shit. You and the chick was vibing, and you kept it simple, but you still had fun. You feel me? Like you might talk with a chick on the phone. Like you might text a chick, tell her to hang out. Y'all hang out for like 5 hours. You go home. Y'all call each other on the phone. Y'all talk all night for 7, 8 hours, bro. Because it's the summertime. You ain't got to do shit. That's how it was back then. You feel me? Now it's like you ain't really got a lot of time to really do a lot of that stuff. You know, it is what it is. All right, but like, comment, subscribe. Because my phone go get full for the videos. Like, comment, subscribe, follow your boy.